Okay, so hello and welcome to the transcription explanation of this design. It involves a quote and a date. And rather than have them in order like this, I elected to have the date going around the outside of our design. So if I were to read it, come on, I didn't actually copy it, did I? If I were to read it bottom counterclockwise, it would be more like this in orientation. If I were to do an exact direct letter to letter translation of this, I just like the way it looks with the date going around the outside and the quote centered, kind of more important. So let's go ahead and read it. You start at this start marker, which is that bottom orientation. I know that in my commissioner's request, they wanted to know where the bottom is so they could choose to put it upside down or right side up on jewelry and cufflinks for this design. So this little guy here, this shape here is our start marker. And I do have that on the inner circle, indicating that we read the inner one first, which again is another thing that might lead it to be a promise to stay before the numbers. So let's go ahead and read a promise to stay. This is a word circle that doesn't have very many letters on it. In fact, it only has one letter, and that letter is the letter A. And an A is a vowel, so it's a little guy. We can go through and find all our vowels in this if we want to. Little guy, vowel, 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 vowel. And that looks like a vowel, but it's in a number, so it's the number 5. We'll get to that later. But anyway, this is a vowel on this word circle, and it is outside the word circle, making it the letter A. If you look above me, I have a grid showing the base letters. So the consonants are made up of letter stems forming the rows, and the columns are the modifiers, and then vowels are little guys down in the corner, and an A is outside of our word circle. So this word circle, this one that I just turned yellow, or you can't see yellow, that I just turned blue, has only one little guy, making it the word Okay, then our next word is inside this circle, this slightly thicker circle, which I'm going to make red real quick. This doesn't actually add to the translation or anything, it just adds emphasis to the word promise and kind of balances out the design, I think. But it could not exist and it would still translate just fine. I just feel like it's a little naked without it. So our first letter starting at the bottom is this one. And this is a full circle, so that means we're in the second row. And lines that pass through do not count. Lines that end on it do count. So you see these really thick chonkers? One of them ends here, and one of them ends here. So that means 1, 2 lines, and on this full circle, and that makes us go to the 2-line column, and in the second row, that's a P. And then the R is a shallow divot with 1, 2, 3 dots. The O is a little guy inside our word circle. 1, 2, 3 lines on the M. Again, this fourth one passes through, so it doesn't count. So M. And the I is attached to the M. And when there's a vowel on a consonant like this, you read the vowel after the consonant. There's a bunch of fine print in the actual guide about letter stacking rules, and the most important one is that consonants are read before vowels. So M-I. And then we have this shallow divot, like a bite taken out of a cookie, just like the R. And it has 1, 2 lines. So this guy here that I just turned blue, it ends both here and here. Therefore, it counts both here and here. So it counts twice. And then our third one is this one here. So this adds up to 1, 2, 3 lines on the S. And then last but not least, we have a little guy right on the line of our word circle, making it an E. So P-R-O-M-I-S-E, promise. And then we have T, a shallow divot with nothing on it, and this O is kind of big for an O, but I wanted to fill up the space nicely, so I made it kind of big, plus the word to is pretty easy to read in context, so T-O, and then S with 3 lines, T with nothing, A outside the word circle, and 1, 2 dots on our Y, a full circle on the line of the word circle. So that was a promise to stay. And then our numbers. So going around here, we have 3 decimal points. There are these super thick circles. And these 3 decimal points means there's 3 separate numbers. So rather than being slashes, if I were again to read it technically, it would be set up like this as far as the date goes. But again, bottom counterclockwise, here's our unobjective, well, this is objective, this is for sure our first one that we read. And we have 1 circle going around our decimal point, which means we have 1 digit. And we count up the things inside this ring to figure out what number it is. And there's 1 line and 1 dot, or full circle. This line plus this dot is a total of 6, because a dot counts for 5, and a line counts for 1. So 5 plus 1 is 6, so this is the number 6. And then we have this number. It's 2 digits, so 2 digits. So we add up our tens place, 1, 2, so that's a 20, and then something. 1, 2, 3, 4, plus 5 is 9, so 29. And then this last number has 1, 2, 3, 4 digits, because it's got 4 concentric rings. And again, 1, 2, 3, 4. So the outer one, there's 1 here and 1 there, so that's the number 2. This center one has nothing, so that's a 0. This one also has 2, so 1 there and 1 there, so 2. And then 5, so 2025, so 2025. So yeah, that would be that design. And I have this as an SVG file for you. I will go ahead and merge it all right now. Path, object to path, path, stroke to path, path, union. So now it is just a path that can be done on things and stuff. You can outline it, whatever, I don't care. But it works. It is a flat vector file for you to play with, to make things and stuff. So yep, I hope you like it. Bye.